Hello, everyone. How are you all? I am good. All right, so happy you guys can join us. This is a new game that I am going to basically be, I wouldn't say binging, but I'm going to be playing this game a lot, mainly because it's a long one. It's a big one. I Was a Teenage Exocolonist is a game I actually saw on one of my favorite channels to watch, Loading Ready Run. Um, and I saw a few of their episodes on it, and I pretty much fell in love with the game like the second they started streaming it. And I'm actually really happy to get into it myself. I Was a Teenage Exocolonist is kind of like a card-ish style game. Um, you're not really building a deck, and you're not really playing it like a standard deck game. You're more using it to kind of kind of make a big run of 3 to 5 cards, depending on what you draw. In order to make that better for you, the game allows you to throw cards away out of your deck, so they're not like the small ones can be gotten rid of. And then all of the bigger cards, you can basically get new ones, new memories, essentially. The way it tries to portray this is these are your experiences and how they come up and what you're thinking of at any given point. There's 3 different like major categories. You've got your social category, you've got your strength category, and then you've got your mental categories. So it's a good one. Along with that, there's relationship building, and the entire game basically is just a big story game. So whatever decisions you make can really affect this game. And apparently, after you like reach the end of it, there's even more beyond that, depending on certain situations. So um, aside from that, there are a few content warnings that the game throws at us. So if any of these um, are even remotely, sensitive subjects for you, um, yeah, I would be, you know, just be aware of stuff like this. The game is a great game and it tells stories very well, but in order to sometimes tell really good stories, there has to be, trauma. So if any of those content warnings like affect you at all, definitely be aware of that. So yeah, all right, let's go ahead and get started on a new game. My first option is to wake up. Well, let's do that. Warning: this game deals with mature subjects and may not be suitable for all players. Please see our content warnings in the system menu for a detailed list of themes and events. Also, this game has a lot of reading. Bear with me as my brain usually likes to read faster than my mouth does, and that gets me into a lot of tongue tied situations. So please bear with me. And yeah. All right, starting off strong. You wake to chaos, a confusion of light and heat and smoke. Fire. Your head is pounding. You must have hit it, blacked out, but you aren't sure how you got there, or what on Vertuma is happening, or Vertumna. There's something important you need to remember. Well, we just fell through the floor. Your stomach lurches as the floor crumbles beneath your feet, then collapses. Your body aches and your eyes burn from the smoke. A figure appears through the flames. It's your friend. Your friend? Wait, why can't you remember her name? She's gesturing and shouting at you, but all you hear is ringing in your ears. What's going on? You try to speak, but the words come out jumbled. Your throat seizes around a lungful of choking smoke, and you feel dizzy and confused. Your friend pulls you out of rubble, and she throws your arm over her shoulder and half drags you towards the door. Through it, you see a deep, eerie twilight, dark blue and cold against the heat of the fire around you. It's glow season. Oh. You shake your head to clear your vision. Is that some kind of dog? Like from Earth? Oh, no, definitely not. Absolutely not. The creature howls and lunges at you. Alright, we're starting off strong. I like it. Alright, soundtrack is absolutely amazing so far. Loving this. You were born on the Stratospheric, Earth's first colony ship, halfway through its 20-year voyage to a wormhole at the edge of the Sol system. Your parents run the hydroponic gardens, which make fresh air and vegetables for the ship. Like the other colonists, they bravely choose to make this one-way journey to the uncharted planet Vertumna, in the hopes that you could escape Earth's troubles. They had you in the old-fashioned way, merging their genes like they merged your cultures and like they merged their cultures and traditions. They name you. Definitely none of those. Ah, yes. What is our name? That's probably the first one. I could use my username. Probably the first half I could do Kaizen. But I actually prefer the later half of this. Ragashi. Ragashi is a Japanese word for legacy. That's one of the reasons why I actually chose it as the finisher to my username. Kaizen is a Japanese business philosophy. I actually learned this really early on in life, thanks to a really amazing team of people. Really amazing team of people. Basically, Kaizen means constant, never-ending improvement. And Ragashi meaning legacy. So that's basically what my username means. It's a legacy built upon constant, never-ending improvement. It's me. I like it a lot. So Ragashi is going to be our name for this. Ah! Haha! You're a bright-eyed child with an active imagination. Sometimes too active, your mom says. Use the sliders to... I guess I gotta do this with the mouse. Perfect. Oh wait, no. Well, that's what I want. Yes? Yes. Masculine appearance. But like, low masculine. A little higher than that. Go right there. You have vivid dreams of things you've never experienced. Dirt under your feet, skies overhead, endless jungles, and strange animals. You wonder if this is what Vertumna is like. Every child on the Stratospheric is given one genetic enhancement. By age 6, you actually see your first sign of yours. Okay, so we could get eagle eyes. See really far away. Extra fingers, which is honestly kind of disgusting, and I am not about that. Absorbent brain, oh my god, how amazing would that be? Thinking about that one. Super strength would be nice. Calm temperament. Well, I already have that. That's pretty much... I think... Ooh. Do we go big brain? Do we go big brain or do we go big muscles? I think super strength. Let's go super strength. Oh yeah, look at that! Look at them big muscles. Uncle Tonin says it's a lazy person's dream. Eat whatever you want, don't exercise at all, you still look like you spend all day at the gym. I feel that. You're incredibly strong for your age, but you go easy on your friend. Energetic and loyal. Animo. Oh, okay. Can I see? Oh, I can. Okay. So I'm gonna be switching between mouse and controller for this. It looks like an enemy. She is an energetic girl who loves sports. Okay. We got Cal, who is physically strong boy who isn't afraid to get in touch with his emotions. Okay. What about Mars? Fierce and fiery girl with big dreams of success. Nice. Bet. Like that. And who are you? Dis. Withdrawn boy. A loner and awkward around other people. See, the sad part is that's pretty much the kind of people that I normally find myself being great friends with, which is not a bad thing. So, Tangent. Well, who's Tangent? Where is Tangent? And Tammy. We'll go Dis. New friend, who Dis? Unlike his studious twin sister, Tangent, Dis sits in the back of the classroom and doodles on his hollow palm. You bond while cracking jokes about weird diagrams in your textbooks. His quiet nature and his morbid curiosity makes him somewhat of a loner, but at least he has a friend in you. Yeah. Bet. I like that. See, he seems cool. Okay, so we get to see all of our options. Tammy is the kindest person you know. She idolizes Aunt Sweet Sedent and is always following her around, helping her with the babies and learning how to cook. She has the best snacks at class recess and always shares, especially with you and Cal. She and Cal are so close, it's kind of like having two best friends. Okay. And ooh, she's the big brain person. She got all of them brains. And her twin brother is Dis. Drifted apart when she started genome treatment to make her body conform to her gender. Today, Tang is the girl you always knew she was, but her relationship with Dis is even worse than ever. Oof. Well, now I want to be this person's friend. Mars is a natural leader. Whenever you're all playing together, Mars is the one who comes up with all the ideas. She can be a little bossy, but that's part of her charm. -1 kudos. I'm guessing that's the money system. Yeah, reputation based currency. She always organizes fun stuff for the kids after class. You're both founding members of the Secret Fun Times Club. Okay. Tough and gentle Cal. Cal is a sweetheart, always ready to lend a hand or play a game. He and Tammy are just as inseparable, so it's almost like you have two best friends. Oh yeah, basically the same thing but reversed. Cal teaches you how to take care of all the classroom plants. Your parents are very proud of you both. Well, if our parents are going to be proud of us, maybe. An enemy is the most enthusiastic person you know. Your favorite memory is the time she taught you how to play zero G sports ball after class. Haha. She never means to get you into trouble, but somehow you always find it. You always seem to find it together. I actually, after reading the description, I think I like Cal. He's cool. Let's go, Cal. Yay, Cal! You're 10 years old when the ship finally reaches the wormhole. Professor Hal says it's like a doorway to the star systems, with planet Vertumna on the other side. You run emergency drills for months to prepare. Oh man, we apparently are diving hard into strength and muscles. When the day finally comes, it starts with a rumble. Then things start to slide off the tables. You hurry to gather near the escape pod, just in case. We are taking a lot of stress. I mean, understandable. Going through a wormhole for the first time. Can I? Okay. Your mom, chief cultivator, a strong woman up to any challenge who expects the same from the others. Oh, I didn't read that. I was trying to read his stuff. Okay, red emergency lights. Switch on the sirens and begin to sound somewhat distant in the ship. You try to breathe slowly like you were taught, but you're very scared. You look out a porthole, the stars are gone. When you're frightened, you oh, I'm not tough enough to put on a tough face. Well then, let's get in touch with our emotions then. You bawl like a baby, and it feels good. I'm okay with that. We got Stress Cry. Stress Cry is one of our cards now. Mars is trying quietly to console her. She sighs as you are crying. Ah. She sighs as you're crying makes Tammy wail even more loudly. Your dad puts his arms around you and you let it out. You wait. The shaking builds. Then, everything starts to get very weird. The hallway stretches, and you're stretching too. Your arms impossibly long. Your head feels like it's slowly filling up like a balloon and contracting down to the size of an atom at the same time. Is this the wormhole? You hear the distant, ominous squeal of metal giving away as the ship shudders and lurches into slow motion. The weirdest part is a sense of deja vu. You're sure this has happened to you before, and you know somehow that everything is going to be okay. The the shuddering reaches a crescendo. You hear an impossibly loud crunch and feel weightless for a few seconds before gravity slams you back down against the wall head first. Ooh, honey, no. As you slip unconscious, you feel yourself twisted out of time. It's today, yesterday, and tomorrow all at once. And more than just one tomorrow, lots of them, different tomorrows. Oh, that's a lot for the eyes to take in. You find yourself in a place that you know from your dreams. Tilled fields, dramatic ridges, and a stranger, but also not a stranger? Grinning as she grabs your hand. Hurry up, she says. I'm not going to let you miss this. Distantly, you can feel the ship shaking has stopped, and you hear your parents' worried voices. Feeling safe, you slip further into the warm embrace of the stars. You drift. Gradually, your consciousness reforms, and you wake up in the medbay. The medbed under you plays a soft tone, and an automated voice speaks. 2 weeks have elapsed. The patient's cranial injury has completed healing. They may now be safely discharged. As the fog lifts from your head, you realize something seems different about this room. It's so bright. You try to focus on the window. Something is definitely different. There's trees. Whew. He's tired for some reason. He's okay though. Instead of the familiar blackness of space, bright light from the twin blue and yellow suns is streaming through the window. You peer out in the fields, the grass-walled domes, the walls ringed by giant mushroom-like trees. There are construction materials everywhere, and people walking around outside, on the ground. You better get out there and join them. Rush outside to start your new life, or cautiously step outside to your new life. I say we rush out there. We're a strong individual who occasionally cries. I like this. Ha. Tammy jumps as you step out of the ship's quarters behind her. You're awake! Are you all better? You better go see your dad, she points southeast towards some. She points southeast towards some geodesic domes. Walk, click on the ground, click on characters to talk to them. Okay. Tammy looks concerned. You slept for so long after you bumped your head, she says. I bet your parents were worried. Your dad is working over in the geoponics near those domes. They are called greenhouses. I would go with you, but well, this is as far as I've been since we landed. It's scary outside. Honestly, girl, I get that. It's snowing though. What's over here? Command is a warren of long hallways. With the doors off tiny node script's office, everyone you pass seems to be hurrying off to something important. The end of one hallway opens into a supply depot, which works as both a requisitions office and a general store. Beyond it are cavernous warehouses stacked high with supplies from Earth, now being gradually unpacked and distributed. Colony food shortfall minus 100%. I don't know what that means. Colony security rating is currently being evaluated. Upcoming event, we will be hosting our first annual Vertumnilia Festival during the second month of dust. Noticed. Take precaution outside the colony boundaries. Xenofauna have been sighted in the area. Survey teams are investigating. Current council administration are those people. Cool. It's our dad. It's our papa. Hello, papa. Ragashi. Your dad gives you a big warm hug. I'm so happy you're finally awake. Dr. Instance thought it'd be best to keep you asleep while your noggin healed. Your mother and I thought you might sleep away the whole year, my snoozy little gooseberry. Snoozy little gooseberry. That's a name for us. He checks your head and looks relieved. He was clearly worried about you, but covers it with jokes and smiles. We love our dad. Dad is best. Welcome to Vertunda, he says, gesturing around you. You've never seen the stratospheric from the outside, except in pictures. The ship has been separated into two parts, taken off to form other buildings, and a big wall around the whole colony. The alien jungle creeps right up to the wall. Only the geodesic greenhouse passes outside of it, dotting their way up the hill. How did you build this so fast? You've been asleep for weeks, my dear aubergine, he says, and these geodesic greenhouses practically put themselves up. But some of this is only a quick, temporary solution, he admits. We'll keep growing and improving things. One day, our colony will be as big as a whole city. Oh, before I forget, he pulls a package from his satchel and hands it to you. You blink and stare at it blankly. Don't you know what day it is? You honestly don't. You remind him that you've been asleep in a medbay. Happy birthday, he shouts, wrapping you in a warm hug. Your birthday already. You feel a dizzying sense of deja vu. You stare hard at the wrapped package. You know exactly what's in there. You remember it. No, you dreamed about this package. Some years ago on the ship, inside will be a small medallion in the shape of a sun that your dad made by hand. Heck yeah, we're gonna open it. How did you know this? It's exactly as you imagined, as you dreamed. A feeling of panic rises in your throat, but your hand shakes. But how? Are you okay, Ragashi? He snaps his fingers. Dr. Instance said shouldn't have let you out so early. Sometimes those sleeping meds take a while to wear off. They might make your head feel funny for a few hours. You nod. Maybe that's it. Someone shouts your dad's name. Listen, I'm so sorry, Ragashi, he says, but I have to get back to work. There was an accident when we landed, and... Don't worry. We're going to fix it, your mother and I. Professor Hal is expecting you in classes. If you're feeling up to it, your dad says, pointing west to the engineering wing and the rear end of the bisected ship. Then he points out the large doors you came out of earlier, or you can relax in your quarters until you're feeling better. We'll talk later tonight, he says, then kisses the top of your head and ruffles your hair. Have a wonderful birthday, Ragashi. I love you. Aw. Give him a thumbs up. Yeah. I love you too, yeah. To enter buildings, click on the door and the flag, or the flag beside it, or get close and press enter or another action button. Then choose an activity for the month to gain skills at advanced time. There are 13 months in a year and 10 years till the end of the game. You'll only have time to focus on a few things. Okay. Well, what do we have so far? We have biology. There we are. We have empathy. Calm. Empathy, 10 out of 100. Understanding other people. Oh, wow. You guys can't see my cursor. Okay. What if there is a way to... yes, there is. Okay. Empathy, 10 out of 100. Understanding other people. Persuasion, charisma, command people, and speak in public. We might want that. Creativity, 100%. Artistic ability and capacity for novel ideas. For both social and dangerous situations. Problem solving and general knowledge skills. Organizing. We're probably not going to touch that one in the slightest. Engineering. Study of machines, physics, math, and programming. And then biology. Study of plants, biochemistry, and the human body. We've got toughness, which is our physical strength. Perception, which is our ability to find things and sneak past things. Combat, tactics and weapons, and animals. Familiarity with xenofauna, hunting and ranching. Okay, cool. Hello. Hiya, Ragashi. An enemy who seems really at home here. She's rolling a sports ball around with her foot, making patterns in the weird blue snow. This stuff is different from the snow on Earth, she tells you, because it isn't cold, but it's still neat, and you can make stuff out of it. Your foggy head clears a little. An enemy is simple, physical, real. You always feel grounded near her. What are you making? Just snow spirals. But earlier me and Cal made a big snow pal. You missed it while you were sleeping in the med bay. She smiles, her big, broad, gap-toothed smile. Now that you're awake, we can play. Why aren't you in school? School? I wonder where everybody was. I guess I'm going to be late for humanities class. She doesn't look very worried to you. It's okay. Professor Hal is chill. He won't mind. But we should probably go now, she grins, and starts running towards engineering. Hey, Racy there! No fair. She's getting a head start. Hey, new kid, who dis? You see Dis sitting on the ground beside some bushes. Is he hiding from somebody? He seems to be watching the gate in the wall of the south, where grown-ups are coming and going. Kids aren't allowed past the walls, he says quietly. They say there's nothing to be afraid of, but then why do we need walls? You stare at the gate and have a sudden rush of memories so strong that you think you might faint. You imagine something crashing through the wall, something enormous, dark, and wriggly. For years in space, you have had half-remembered nightmares of monsters, of your ship being destroyed, of sifting through wreckage that used to be your home, trying to find something. Your dad always told you that the dreams weren't real. Breaking you from the daydream, Dis whispers, I think there are monsters out there. We say, I believe you. No, you don't, he says. You're being sarcastic. I can tell. Nobody believes me. They're huge, wriggly, and dangerous. Oh, okay. No. Why you no like? Why no friend? All right. Well, I guess it's a good thing we didn't make it our friend. I mean, don't get me wrong. He needs some work. We'll keep being friendly, but oof, big oof. What is this? Ah, engineering. Alright, study humanities. We can get 2 biology, 1 reasoning, and then friendship with tangent. Or friendship with tangent. Okay, so just school makes schoolgirl like us. Okay, got it. 2 creativity, 2 persuasion, 1 friendship with tangent, and 15 stress. Oof, so much stress. But I do like the social. Besides, persuasion's good. Welcome, Ragashi. Professor Hal greets you. I hope you're all warmed up and ready to study the glorious humanities, history, literature, language, media, and philosophy. And yes, if you're lucky, we'll have a little ancient earth poetry too. He seems excited about the last bit. By the way, if anyone is interested in taking engineering classes, please register through Congruent Scheduling System. When you have a chance, she'll be helping me teach them. Today's assignment is an easy one, Hal says with a yawn. Because I was up late preparing congruence and subterminal, and I could use a nap. I'd like you to write an essay on what Vertumna Colony means to you. Freedom! Equality! Democracy! My friends are all here. I feel safe here. Just doodle something instead of writing. That's tempting. That is very tempting. Let's do that. True to his word, Hal leans back in his chair and begins to snore. You doubt he'll even bother reading this assignment, so you just practice drawing made-up animals on your hollow palm instead. We got a creativity from that. When Hal wakes up from his nap, he asks a few students to read their essays to class. You're docked a few kudos when he discovers that you didn't even bother with the assignment. He thinks your animals are pretty cool, though. Okay. When you work or go to class, you'll play a quick card challenge as the month passes. Move cards to fill the 5 panes and make the best hand you can. Yes, order matters. If your total is in the circle on the right, reaches the goal value, you win. Depending on your cards, some challenges can't be won. But you'll still get a higher reward for doing your best. Alright, so pairs get you +1. 3 of a kind gets you +3. Nice. 3 of the same color gets you 3 points. 2 of the same color gets you 1 point. Okay, so basically, pair of stuff is 1, but if you add an extra, it's 2 extra points. What about 4 and 5 are? Hey, look. Bonuses for straight increasing from left to right. Okay, so we can't get straight from right to left. It has to be from left to right. The more cards in a flush, pair, or straight, the higher the bonus is added to your total. Cards can also affect each other and can be rearranged to find the best total score. So you've got 2 reds, a yellow, and then 2 blues. But since you've got 2, 2, 2, you also get bonus points for having that. Okay, bet. We can do this. Wandering. Crawling. First steps, and then boom. Ah. And we get +1 to the challenge, too. Thanks, Dad. Your skills increase when you work or go to school, with extra skills if you win the challenge, and kudos bonus if you make the highest scoring hand with your cards. Working also increases stress, which prevents you from working. If it reaches 100, it prevents us from working if it reaches 100. To relieve stress, take a month off and relax in the quarters wing. Well, we already started with 50 stress, so nice. We got +3 creativity, +1 more for the challenge. We have 2 persuasion, which means we're going to be the talk of the town. And we got, +1 from the best score. Yeah, we weren't even docked to those kudos. Your parents have been working from first dawn well after dinner every day. You know growing food is an important job, and it's vital to get crops off the ground, or crops in the ground right away. But there seems to be something more than that. It's such a change from growing up on the stratospheric. When you saw them all the time, you stay up and wait for them at night before going to bed. Though you can tell they're exhausted, they make an effort to spend time with you. Oh, that's great. I appreciate that, parents. I'm sorry we haven't been seen much of you, little gooseberry. Your dad says. Your mom watches you as she works a pebble out of her gardening tiller, which also serves as a crutch. How have you been holding up? I've learned some stuff in school. I'm glad to hear that, your mom says. I want you to study hard, work hard, and stay out of trouble. Your dad smiles. And Professor Howe will give you kudos if you get good grades. You can spend those in the depot once it's open. You know, says your dad, raising an eyebrow at your mom, I think there's a lot of different ways you can learn, and school is just one of them. You can learn from working on a hobby, or by helping a friend. Your mom shakes her head and sighs, though you can tell she's trying to put on a gentle expression. We both agree that this colony is an experiment, and that means we're going to do things differently than on Earth. You're old enough now to start making your own decisions about education and future. And if that means you find your own way, we'll accept that. Your dad puts up a hand on your shoulder. We'll be proud of you no matter what you do. Try talking to your friends, and they may have ideas of how you can spend your time. And come by geoponics, your mom adds. We could use your help. Bet we can shovel dirt. So another great mechanic of this game is relationship building. As the months progress, characters move places. Sometimes they have things to say. A sharp whistle interrupts your thoughts. Hey, Rigashi. Come here. I have a job for you. You walk over to Mars, who's sheltering from the snow under the ship's overhang. It's so gross here, she complains. This spark snow would ruin my good clothes. At least in the ship we had climate control. Ugh. Tammy made me some soy sweets, but there's no way I'm going out there in all this weather, she continues. Since you like running around in it, could you fetch them for me? Sure, okay. Good. She's probably just down the hill, near our quarters. She's scared to take more than a few steps from the door. All she wants to do is hide inside and make sweets. Hello, Tammy. Tammy is staring obviously at the sky, smiling to herself. She startles you as you approach. Oh, hello, Rigashi, she says, putting her hand on her chest. Do you need something? Yeah, I'm here for Mars's soy sweets. Oh, it's so nice of you to help out Mars. She's a very important person, you know. She hands a box wrapped in pink and yellow scarf. One order of mango soy sweets, made fresh this morning. Please tell Mars that she can have the scarf back, okay? She used some of her kudos to nanoprint it for me, because it's so dusty here, but I think I'm getting used to it now. Tammy smiles again and tucks her hair behind her big elven ears. Oh, she does have elven ears. Alright. Mars is so cool, she says fondly. Sometimes she's kind of bossy, but I know she really cares too. Hello, Mars. Mars puts her hand out expectantly. Give it here. I ate them. Oh. I want half. Our persuasion is not good enough. Darn. If you want them, you gotta pay up. Here it is. Oh, we could eat them. And we could get a strength card. I'm not doing that. That'd be rude. This girl sent us on a mission. I'm not doing that. Here it is. You hand over the box of soy sweets with a smile. Mars takes it and giggles. You're such a good sidekick, doing whatever I say. She opens the box and hands you a soy sweet. Your tip. Oh, An administrator seeks looking for someone to do delivery jobs in the depot. I don't want to do it because, like, ew, running around there? No. Just go through there, she says, gesturing to the door behind her, and tell them I referred you. What? Oh, okay, I need toughness 10 or greater. I am not tough at all. And I do not have the org. Oh, goodness, we're never going to be able to do this job. Got it. Hello, Tammy, I'm back. Do you have any more soy sweets? You see Tammy sitting quietly near the entrance to the lounge. You've known her for, well, your entire life. Back, back on the ship, you used to tease her, probably used to play with her, or used her as a study partner. I'd do study partner, yeah. Tammy was awful, just awful at Earth history. She thought Europe was the name of the English queen, and the Pacific was a famous ceasefire treaty. Facts go in one of her huge ears and back out the other. No matter how hard you tried, you never seemed to improve. She never seemed to improve. Her ears perk up, hopefully, when she sees you. Hello, Rigashi. I was hoping you could help me with some homework. Pretend you didn't hear her and keep walking. Oof, these options are rough. Of course I'm gonna help you. Oh, thank you. What is this? Oh, we lose our reasoning. It's okay, we didn't have any reasoning anyways. Oh, goodness. Working with her made us lose reasoning. That's funny. She bounces up and down. You spend a couple hours trying to teach her the difference between exothermic and endothermic reactions. One makes heat, one absorbs it. Why is this so hard for her to understand? The thing is, Tammy never loses heart when she fails a test or gets the answer wrong. It's inspiring, even though sometimes you feel like you get dumber after studying with her. Damn. All right, well, you know what? Our friendship increased, and technically we didn't lose any stats because we didn't have them to begin with. An enemy is bumping up a sports ball with her wrists, trying to keep it up in the air. Heads up! I can't do a trick because we're not tough. We're a small 10-year-old child. Let's look out. A ball is flying towards you. Let's bounce it back. Hooah! Hey! Boom! We got 2 whole toughness. We're slowly getting tough. Our 10-year-old body is getting stronger. You bounce back the ball you bounce the ball back and forth with her, trying to see how many times you can rally and keep it going. An enemy tells you there's a new sports ball court, a proper regulation size court, way bigger than the little 0G1 on the stratospheric. Her brother Com is coaching the junior sports ball team this year. He's so great, she says. He's good at everything. Specifically spiking, he's coaching me to play awesome like him. You should come join us. You unlocked sports ball in the garrison. In the garrison, we can play La Sports Ball. Bet. Alright, I'm going to take a small 5-minute break, and I will be right back. My throat's starting to feel a little dry. I'm going to make sure I'm drinking water. I'm going to make sure that I am staying hydrated, and that we're taking care of ourselves. So I will be right back. Boop. And we're back. Hello. All right. So I am still recovering from la sickness, um, the sore throat, or I guess not sore throat, but it is dry, and there's still a bit of mucus because the air is not the best right now, followed along with everything. So that's okay though. We are here, and we are playing the fun games, and I'm very happy. All right, let's talk to our dad. Hello, my little potato. This man loves calling us different plants, and it's great. Your dad exclaims, smiling warmly. What have you been up to today? Just hanging with my friends, staying in, it's cold out there, playing in the fresh air. Just hanging with my friends. I has friends. That cow, a good boy. That cow's a good boy, he says. And have you seen an enemy? She's been out by the garrison playing sports ball. I think she spent every day outside since we landed. He chuckles to himself. Guess that's what happens when you've got enough brothers to make your own sports ball team. He breathes deeply and looks slowly around Vertum. Vertumna is magnificent, isn't it? You nod. Seasons, he shouts, throwing his hands wide. I missed seasons. Back on Earth, it got much, much colder, and the snow wasn't half as pretty as the sparks now, he sighs, stretching. You must wait until dust season. Both of the suns will be high in the sky. It'll be real hot then. You'll see. You find your mom hard at work setting up the greenhouses with a small construction crew. You've seen these plans pinned to the wall of your family's quarters for years now. These geodesic domes will house more duplicate plants from the earth, spinach, tomatoes, even maybe fruit. She takes a swig from her canteen as you approach. Looking for something to do? Remember, Ragashi, you're responsible for your own schedule now that we've landed. You decide how you spend your time, so long as it's productive. So what I'm hearing is we spend every single day resting in the lounge. Got it. She points towards the engineering wing in the back half of the stratospheric severed frame. Professor Howe's will still expect. Professor Howe's still expecting you in class, but a well-rounded education includes practical application. You're old enough to help with work around here. She claps her hands on your shoulders. I've got another minute. Anything you need to know? What are you doing in geoponics? She looks down and nudges at a sprout between her feet. It's green, the color of Earth's plants. We're doing our best, she says, but it hasn't been easy. I just hope the potatoes and corn can handle the weather here, she says, glancing up at the sky. I hear it rains like hell in the wet season. You're growing fast, Ragashi, but you're still too young for real farming. Instead, there's a lot of soil that needs to be hauled. Seeing your disappointment, she nudges you on the shoulder. Don't pout. It'll still build those muscles. You'll need them for what we're about to do in the real world. Doing real work. Out here, we have to rely on physical strength. She flexes her biceps. Your mom's really strong. What's happening in engineering? How's teaching classes on life science, engineering, and humanities? If you pass all your tests, maybe he'll let you work there in a few years. Your father thinks you're old enough that school is optional. I don't agree, but I'll be honest with you. We do need every pair of hands we can get. If you want to work with me here in geoponics, I'd suggest studying life science. If you don't have a good grasp on biology and ecology, I'm going to stick you. I'm going to stick you on shovel duty. What can I do in the quarters? If you need a break, you can visit the lounge. And see your friends. But warns her finger. She warns, raising a finger. I don't want to see you lounging all the time. You need to work hard too. The garrison. Security Chief Red is organizing a sports ball team. You used to play, didn't you, back on the ship? It'll be different here with the planet's gravity. Of all the adults on the colony, Rhett and your mom are the most like soldiers that you'd seen on the Holovid. Or most like soldiers you'd see on a Holovid. For a moment, you think your mom's going to suggest something else. Then she shakes her head. You're too young for defense training, so don't worry about that yet. Just enjoy yourself and stay out of trouble. What's going on in command? I think Seek said she needed some, or they needed someone to deliver supplies from the depot. They're also setting up a shop there. If you've got some kudos to spend, ooh, ah, so sorry. There we go. And of course, that's where Captain Uticott. I'm gonna say Uticott. I mean Governor Uticott works. But you couldn't bother her. She's a busy woman, and she doesn't have your mother's patience with kids. Try not to giggle. Your mom isn't usually known for her patience. Can I join expeditions? Oh, you're too young to leave the colony. It's dangerous. Your father would be so worried. There's so much we still don't know about the world out there. Let the adults find out. Then maybe you can join them in a few years, when you're older. She gives you a stern look. She isn't going to budge on this one. For now, stay inside the walls. Goodbye. It's a fleck. Okay. So we study life sciences, we get our biology up. Ooh, and reasoning. Nice. Plus 15 stress. Or, what do we do over here? Let's help our parents. We can shovel dirt, we can get real strong, get our toughness all the way up. The greenhouses have different biomes inside, growing plants from Earth that might belong in a desert, jungle, or temperate forest. Some are so delicate you have to spray off any germs in the airlock before you can enter. The seasonal garden outside is dotted with blue nobodies, little flowers with that looks like wriggling creatures stuck inside each one. A sign explains it's a decoy, meant to attract some kind of flying predator to come pollinate the flower. Let's shovel some dirt. It's your first day in the glorious world of agricultural soil conveyance. Good morning, Ragashi. Looks like you're working with for your old lady. Well, at least she's willing to say that. I hope you don't expect me to go easy on you just 'cause you're my son. Calm. Our dryer is very angry, so when it is done, it decides to make you know very aggressively. It's gonna do it one more time. Just waiting on it. She walks you around the geoponics wing and points out where everything is. Your job is to move sod, compost, plants, garden waste, and equipment from one place to another. Get comfortable with this, she says, pushing a squeaky, old-fashioned wheelbarrow towards you. Now, any questions before you start moving that dirt? Don't we have machines for this? The construction crew's already claimed the hover lifts, she says, shrugging, but they'll break down in a few years anyways, so we don't have the materials to fix them. We're plant side now. Use your muscles, nature's hydraulic pistons. From there over there to there, she points in an identical pile 10 meters away. We had some very precious soil from Earth on the ship, full of all the nutrients and bugs and bacteria our plants need to grow. But it was lost in an incident. Now we have to make for more from scratch using vertumnus soil. This is part of the process. On the ship, why not use hydroponics? On the ship, we grew most of our plants with the roots in the water, and it's true, it was more hygienic that way. Your mom replies. She brushes an insect off her arm, which lets out a loud squeak of objection. But hydroponic system uses too much energy. Here, we have to grow as much as we can the old-fashioned way. Let's get back to work. That's my boy, your mother says. Slapping you on the back, you stumble a little. Your arms start to ache after the first half hour of work, but you need to keep going. By the end of the month, you feel utterly drained and exhausted. And good, somehow. You feel your muscles growing already. Oh boy, here we go shoveling dirt. Alright, so probably 0, 1, 2. That's a straight, and it's got colors. And then we add 1 and 4. Super goal! Okay, doesn't say anything what super goal means for me, so bet. We got an extra toughness. We got an extra 3 toughness. Yo! 3 from 1 challenge, super goal, super strength perk. Yo, because we have super strength, our toughness is going to skyrocket. Let's go. We're going to be the strongest. This week, you had a few more bouts of deja vu, remembering what somebody is about to say or do just before they do it. Sometimes they actually do it, but not always. This morning, you were sure Professor Howe was going to trip on an uneven floor in the cafeteria and spill his plate of hash browns. You even told Mars to watch. He didn't, though. As Professor Howe walked away, his hash browns safe for today, Mars called you a liar and a dummy. Well, hey, it's the elf girl. At night, your dreams are all mixed up with stuff that you know can't be real. You're chased by monsters the size of buildings, only to be saved by strange people you've never met. You're holding hands with someone you love. You're crying as you help lift a shrouded body into the colony recycler. Oof. Everything seems so familiar, but when you try to recall their faces, you wake up, they're smeared in your memory like wet paint. But what if? What if those things haven't happened yet, but they will someday? Anytime you try to tell someone, they think you're playing a trick, or that you're sick and need to go to the med bay. You eventually decide to stay quiet about your strange dreams. Secret powers are fun. You start keeping a private journal on your holopalm, recording the events where you remember something before it happens. You also write down your dreams. Whoa, let's make sure I'm actually in the camera there. You also write down your dreams when they have that feeling of being real. You like the idea of being magic and seeing the future, but some of those dreams are very scary. You hope that, like Professor Howe's hash browns, they don't all come true. So our kid has premonition dreams. Bet. Hey, look! It's our best friend. Cal is riding on the geoponics garden on his hoverboard. The board comes to a sudden shuddering stop on the rocky ground in front of you. Cal falls off, but catches his balance before he eats dirt. Hi, Ragashi. Real ground is way harder to hover on than the ship floors. There are bumps everywhere. Yeah. Maybe hoverboards don't work outside. We'll all have to adapt. Yeah, things are actually way better planet-side. Hovering outside is rad. Look at this. He runs over a small depression in the nearby hill and presents it like it's something amazing. Look at this! It's a skate bowl! Cool. Can I try? Sure, but please be careful. My mom says if I break my hoverboard, we can't make another one. You take turns riding around the bowl, trying to get back up enough speed to going down one side to come back up the other. You don't land any tricks. It's hard just staying on the board and with this uneven ground, but it's still fun. We got 2 extra toughness. We are the strongest. We're gonna fill our toughness bar up in no time. Alright, what about our stress? What is our stress at? We're at 90 out of 100. Oof. We're gonna need a break soon. Tangent is hunched over her palm, frowning and pointing angry in the air. She speaks without looking up at you. Professor Howell wants us to prep a list of native flora. With pictures, there should be a catalog on the colony holonet, but I can't find it anywhere. Plants. Try looking outside. I'll help you find that catalog. Let's make our own list. Tangent is dubious, but agrees to try your idea. The two of you run around the colony yard, taking pictures of all the different Vertumnus plants that you can find, making up fake society-sounding names for them, like Honkus shiverus and Purpurus gracium. After an hour, you've categorized 51 different species. Tang doesn't think it's a very complete list or a very scientific method, but she figures you must have learned something. Got an extra biology, and we got friends with the nerd kid. I like it. The sassy nerd kid. See, you got like she probably gonna end up being like one of those like politician ladies. You've got the super science, but also super sassy. You've got the super caring, probably going to be very useless, except for like, you know, emotional support. Which, okay, I take that back. Emotional support is not useless whatsoever. But as for like working skills and science and also combat, she's basically going to be the bard of the group, if anything. You've got Dis, the I don't know. I don't know what Dis is going to be. He likes outside and talking about dangers, so we don't know. And you've got Anemone, who is basically probably going to be our combat specialist. And Cal, who I'm guessing is a gardener, because he wears green clothes like our parents. Alright, we can shovel dirt, get our strength up, or I think we can do biology even though our stress is way too high. Yeah. So we can upgrade our biology. Apparently we need biology for plants anyways. So let's do that. Good afternoon, my burgeoning biologists and upcoming chemists. Professor Hal welcomes you back to your old classroom. This afternoon, we'll learn what I like to call the wet sciences. He gestures to his hollow projected lesson plan. Biology, chemistry, medicine, ecology, and geology. You'll learn a little bit of everything, with opportunities for further study in your favorite field. If you're looking for something a little drier, try registering for engineering classes. Ah, biology, the wet sciences. Our profile picture looks very, grumpy. Looking for more difficulty? The harder card challenge options will keep you on your toes. Want to focus on story? This will replace future minigames with a quick coin flip based on your age and skills. No. I don't really feel like doing either of those. I like the card flip. You might hear some barking soon. Rhea has decided that she is going to be protective against the maintenance man. Ooh, we got a bunch of ones. Oh, wait. We'll bring this one back, right? Yeah. Put the 2 up there. So we got the yellow bonus, we've got the 3-1 bonus, and then we got the red bonus. Aha! Super goal! We are the best at biology. Ooh, we are very unhappy and stressed. But we got 4 biology, an extra reasoning, 15 stress, and a kudos. Alright, it is next month, early pollen. That sounds miserable. Everybody under this household is either asthmatic or severely allergic to pollen, and or both. There is an egg. I found a hefty red Xeno egg. Bet. I wonder what egg does. Can we hatch the egg? Can give egg to kid? Hello, kid. I can. Have you tried standing in mud yet? It's the best, most amazing. Ooh, we can get biology up to 20. We can hear cool facts about nature. It's the best, the most amazing feeling I've ever felt. You look down and sure enough, Cal's feet are bare and muddy as heck. Dirt and grass feel neat too, he says. Sometimes the rocks hurt, but Mom says I'll build calluses. You should try it. Kid, I found an egg. Do you like egg? He loves egg. Is that an alien egg? Wow, I wonder what's inside it. If it's still warm, maybe we can hatch it. He lifts it up and scrutinizes it. An enemy is always talking about wanting to eat it. Big ol' alien egg. If this one's not fertilized, I'll give it to her. Learned, an enemy likes red xeno eggs. Ah. So we can give an enemy the big red xeno egg so that she can eat it, I guess. Alright, we are 100% stressed, which means I don't think we can... Yeah, we can't work. So we have to do something. Can we... we probably can't school either, since that gives me like 15 stress. Right? Yeah. We can't even play sports ball. Alright, time to take the month off. Go hang out in the living quarters. Nice. We can forget a memory. Basically one of their cards. And minus 100 stress. Let's do that. You know, sometimes we just need to, Hi, howdy. Yep, it's another first playthrough. Alright. The lounge is a long, well-lit hall along the outer hull of the ship's midsection. It's strewn with tables and cushions and serves as a communal living room for the tiny one-room spaces every family is assigned. You flop down into the lounge's big beanbag pile with some of the other kids. Cal has a dazed, peaceful look on his face. The air smells so good on Vertumna, and so does the dirt even. Cal is a very dirt kid. You notice his clothes are filthy, but obviously Cal couldn't care less. An enemy bounces in. Holy crap! There's so much space to run around and play in! Com and Chief Rhett set up an outdoor sports ball court, and it's way huger than the one on the ship. Tangent carefully selects his one cushion from the pile and perches on it. The school's expanding to some of the empty engineering bays, and we're getting a big new lab to do experiments using local resources. There's so much to learn about this planet. Anemone rolls her eyes, but Tang continues. We shouldn't forget our studies, just because we've landed, she says primally. Tang's right, school is important. School, let's play outside. I want to explore the jungle and miss space. I mean, school is important. School does the smarts, and the smarts mean that we can, do more things, I think. Tammy nods in agreement. It's scary out there, she says. I'm gonna stay close to the quarters for now. You've had less of the deja vu, dreams come to life of feelings this week, and you're starting to think that you'd even imagined it. But suddenly, you get a prickling sensation in the back of your neck and remember that Mars is about to enter the lounge and tell everyone to look outside. You stare at the door. Mars walks in as if though that's on cue. OMG, everybody, look outside. They're hoisting a flag over command, she says, clapping her hands excitedly. You know what that means, right? She stands tall with her hands on her hips. Vertumna is officially humanity's first exocolony ever. You look out at the flag, feeling dizzy, and silently mouth the words along to what she says next. You remember this moment so well. This is history, kids, she exclaimed, wrapping an enemy in Tangent under each arm, and we were there. We took the month off. Let's definitely forget a 0. You don't need to remember crawling. Who remembers crawling? You wake up from an afternoon nap. Oh, no, was there... Okay, no, there wasn't anything more there. Okay. I thought I skipped it too fast. You squint into the pink-tinged light slanting through the windows. You must have fallen asleep in the lounge. Tammy's shadow falls across the nest of pillows. Oh, I'm sorry, Ragashi, she says, giggling. I didn't mean to wake you. It's just so nice outside, with pollen sparkling in the sunset. I wanted to open the windows. You rub her eyes You rub you words. You rub your eyes blearily. Ugh, you were having the weirdest dream. Since you're awake, you could visit the cafeteria. Aunt Seton is making a new kind of candy, she says. It's made of cotton. Isn't that weird? I have to go tidy the creche first. Then I'll meet you there. Save some for me, okay? Tammy skits off towards the creche, humming to herself. Go get that free candy. Let's go get some candy. In the cafeteria, Auntie Sweden is cheerfully handing out masses of pink candy, puffy and soft like clouds. Oh, Ragashi, she says. I think that's probably her voice. Probably. She says, handing you a wand with some candy spun around the end. Here, try some of this. We used to have it on Earth. You pull off a piece and give it a taste. It's so sweet at first that your mouth puckers. You've never tasted anything so sweet and so real. It's not at all like the soy sweets that the kitchen nanoprinter can make. It melts in your mouth, leaving a gritty residue on your tongue. You wait until everyone is gone, but Tammy never shows up. You look down at the candy in your hand. It's wilted a little from the humidity, but it's kind of like her hair, you think. Pale, pink, and soft. You keep some to give to her later. You're relaxing in your family's quarters after dinner. Your mom had to run off in some kind of council business, so you and your dad are playing a holo game together. When you're just about ready to head off to bed, your mom returns. You can tell from the defeated slant of her shoulders that something has gone terribly wrong. Your dad starts to ask what happens, but she waves him away and approaches you. She sits down and takes your hand, holding it between her two strong dirt-creased ones. Ragashi, I'm so sorry I have to tell you this, she starts. Her mouth quivers and she swallows, working on the next words. There was an accident this afternoon in the creche. No! We just saw her, though. Your friend Tammy has died. No. You try to understand her words. Tammy? Dead? That's not possible. You suddenly remember the cotton candy you were saving to give Tammy. So apparently we just keep cotton candy. I don't know which is worse. The fact that this girl that we barely knew for like 3 months is dead, or the fact that our character thinks that it's a good idea to keep cotton candy in her pocket, or his pocket. Pink and fluffy, just like her hair. You put your hand in your pocket to get it, but what comes out is a sticky, like I said, what comes out is a sticky, dark red lump of hard goo. You stare at it, your mind blank. What happened? Your mom tells you, as simply as possible, that Tammy was killed by an electric shock from a broken holo projector. It was just an accident. You press her for more, for an explanation. You're not wrong. Our character is 10 years old. I guess a 10-year-old would indeed think that it's a good idea to keep cotton candy in their pocket. You press her for more, for an explanation. A little girl is dead. Someone you've grown up with. Someone so much like you. I love how quickly, like, they introduce you to this girl, and then, bam, kill her off. Like, that was fast. You just saw her this morning. She was right there. Why? Is it because I didn't make her my best friend? Your mom's eyes are sad when she tells you. Sometimes there's just no reason why. You aren't used to dealing with death, and you don't know what you're supposed to say or do. You sort of mumble, okay. Then you get changed and crawl into bed. Full hour before your bedtime. You try to fall asleep, but you toss and turn for hours. You eventually drift off to fulfill dreams of that small, sticky, red lump of... really wants us to know about that cotton candy in the pocket. Remember, your actions have consequences, like cotton candy. Okay. Oh. Oh no. Cal is sitting in your mom's flower garden with his face in his hands. He's clearly been crying all morning, and probably all of yesterday too. He and Tammy were really close. Whenever you guys used to play house in the creek, Tammy was always the mommy, and Cal was the daddy. Even though they were just little kids, you kind of always giggled about how obviously they were going to be together forever, like a princess and a knight. Are you okay? Miss her. I miss her too. That's probably better. You don't really ask someone if they're okay in this situation. You kind of just you sit there and you be there with them and like with these emotions. Me too. He sniffs, looking up at you. You can see how puffy and red his eyes are. Me, really, really too. Tammy always liked these pink flowers, he mumbles. Sometimes I picked some for her. He runs his hand over the pretty white flowers. Don't tell your mom, okay? Tears well up and slowly leak out of his eyes. He doesn't even blink, just stares at the flowers as the tears run down his cheeks. You decide to give him some space. Jeez, this game went to like 0 to 10 like real fast on the emotion level. Mars is staring into space, looking somber. She doesn't even notice that you come up beside her, and barely reacts when you say hello. I'm thinking about Tammy. She used to sit down at a little hill there, in that spot in the sun. Every morning, she'd just sit there for hours in the sun, doing nothing, just being happy. You stare down the hill to the spot near the entrance to the quarters. You can imagine her there, working on some little craft project, humming to herself. I miss her too. She was so nice to everybody. And now she's dead. How's that for fair? Of all people, how come it had to be my friend? You don't have an answer. You've never heard Mars call Tammy her friend before, but of course she was. Tammy was everyone's scared little sister, even though she was older than most of you. Mars clicks her tongue. Oh yeah, Administrator Seek is looking for you. I guess they need someone to delivery jobs. She waves vaguely at the door behind her, distracted by her thoughts. Well, are we strong enough yet? I don't know if we have enough toughness. We do have enough toughness. We could deliver the supplies and be strong. Heck yeah. Chief Administrator Seek grants you at the depot. They look you up and down. Rigashi, you've never struck it to me. Wait, no. See, I'm picturing like a mixture of like Snape and McGonagall just meshed together. You've never struck me as particularly responsible or organized, but children never are. What makes you think you'd be a good fit for the position of courier? You didn't realize that there was going to be a job interview. I can carry a lot. Like, look at these muscles. Our perk is super strength. Strong for your age, maybe. No, honey. Just very strong. But lucky for you, you're the only applicant this week. You've got the job. For now, anyways. They used their elegant stylus to note this on their hollow palm. Come back in a few minutes, and you can help make deliveries. Yes, there will be kudos in it for you if you do it correctly. How much strength do we get out of it? We get brain, too. We got 2 organizing, 1 perception. Those are skills that we probably need. We are lacking in both of those skills. But we also know that we need to help our parents out with stuff. But we also need buyout. This game has a month system that is going to be interesting to balance. Let's be super strong. Let's get the strong. And we're going to shovel some dirt. Because we get 6 strength every single time if we do it really well. Oh, to avoid spoilers, description of the game's genre tends to skip childhood emotional traumatic simulator. I hadn't thought of Snape McGonagall comparison, but it totally works, right? That's what I'm saying. All right. Look at that. I thought we got rid of crawling. Maybe I didn't do that right. Okay. Well, you know what? That's fine because we got zero, one. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Oh, wait. No, no, no. Let's put this here. So we still get red bonus. So we got our straight bonus here. And then we still got big red. Super goal. Oh, we got 5 toughness. Okay. You know what? That's still really good. Super goal in more. Oh, we're in mourning status. That's probably why. That makes sense. The colony is going to hold a funeral for Tammy. Do you want to attend? If you don't feel up to it, you could just skip it and take the month off instead. Or you could get back to work. Yeah, I'm going to attend, of course. The colonists gather in the recycling room. Bringing organics down to be recycled here is one of your chores. But you've only come down here for a funeral twice. Both times, a colonist has passed away from natural causes during a 20-year-long journey from Earth. This is the first time there is going to be a funeral in Vertumna, and for the first time, someone you actually knew. Oh, that's right, she has a family. Oof, that makes it even worse to think about. The mouth of the organics recycler has been polished, and a wreath of yellow flowers placed over the opening inside. Inside, you can see a shrouded figure, Tammy's small, fragile body. Tammy's dad, Uncle Tonin, is here, as well as your parents and Aunt Sedent, or Auntie Sedent, and the rest of the council. Cal is here with his mom and her partners, already crying in their arms. The room is packed with people, and the feeling of grief is so thick that you can taste it in your mouth. Governor Adicott stands before the assembled crowd. There are no words to ease the pain we feel today, she begins solemnly. There is only the sad company of those that have left us behind to share the burden of that grief. Tammy was our child, she continues, one of the first humans to be born in space, and the first to die on an alien planet. In her short life, she exemplified the very arc of human accomplishment, bending, hopefully, towards life beyond our humble earth. She is the first of us who can truly call Vertumna a home. Her passing was as senseless as it was sudden. Losses like this are impossible to hold within oneself, a painful reminder that life is impossibly precious and fragile. But they also remind us, as always, that as a community we are capable of great strength. Endicott closes the door to the recycle. You hear Uncle Tonin sob over the hum of the particle disintegrators beginning their work. As a community, we remember Tammy. As a community, we return her body to the soil that nourishes us. In this way, Tammy, our child from the stars, will never truly be lost to us. Oh, I mean, at least her body is being used to work hydroponics better. It's a proper thing to do. But oof. The ceremony is adjourned, but a few people stay back to console Uncle Tonin as he keeps vigil over the recycler. Cal and Uncle Tonin hold each other and weep openly. Your mom stays behind to receive Tammy's remains. As the head of geoponics, she'll be responsible for adding them to the colony's precious supply of brown soil from Earth. Your dad accompanies you out of the recycling room. He clears his throat. I want you to know that you don't need to be okay, he says, clasping his warm hand on your shoulder. If you want to take the rest of the month off, everyone's going to understand. But we got stuff to do. We gotta get big and strong. You feel better just having said goodbye. Tammy was your friend, but you feel like the best way to deal with losing her is to throw yourself into school and work. I wonder if it says something different in the geoponics area, like something about using her remains for it. That would be kind of like screwed up, but at the same time, like Our character kind of needs to know about that and be responsible for that stuff. The greenhouses have different biomes inside. Okay, same as normal. Let's shovel some dirt. Ooh, not a great hand. One. Alright. Good enough. We don't get the bonus point for super goal, but that's fine. Nice. Okay, we didn't get any special stuff. Early dust. Okay, we can talk to our dad. Now, we found an egg over here, so that tells me that I'm guessing that there's going to be more things to pick up. Am I right in thinking that? Rogashi. Who's this? Needs friendship with this less than 20. Ooh. Yeah, we kind of messed up by trying to we tried bonding with him and it apparently did that wrong. Rogashi, Tangent says, approaching you with purpose. We need to discuss, my brother. Who's this? Yes, yes, Dis, she says impatiently. I need you to figure out where he's been disappearing. Ever since we landed, I barely see him anymore. He doesn't even come home at night sometimes, and well, I'm not very good terms with my brother of late, but well, people are becoming worried. You get the feeling Tang is the one who is worried, but she doesn't want to admit it. I'll talk to him. He probably won't tell you. You know, Tangent says angrily. Newton's apple, he swears. He won't even talk to me anymore. Oh, Newton's apple. That's a good swear. I like that swear. Newton's apple is a good swear. She sighs. You may have to follow him. I would, but everyone in the lab would know I was gone. No one cares where he goes during the day. Okay, so we talk to Dis. You tell Dis that his sister Tangent wants to know where he's been disappearing to. His eyes lift briefly to yours. Then he stares vaguely off towards the engineering wing where his sister is reading on her hollow palm between classes. He doesn't say anything. She's worried about you. She doesn't care about me. Tangent's just worried she'll get me in trouble, or she'll get in trouble if I don't come home one day. He scowls and picks at the hem of his sweater. She doesn't care about anything but her schoolwork. You better tell me or else. This looks down at a patch of bobble buds sprouting from the crack in the wall. I don't have to tell you. Just leave me alone. You know, that probably wasn't the best decision. I figured we might have gotten something out of that, but we didn't. Alright. What does our dad have to say? Did our dad... Ooh, a log! There are more things to pick up. Dust is such a dry, hot season. Both suns are high in the sky, baking the usual lush Vertumden jungle. If there's a breeze, it's warm and, you guessed it, dusty. Your parents are up every day before dawn, which comes far too early for your liking. They're usually gone by the time you wake up and home after your sleep, so you have to visit them at work if you want to see them. Good morning, Gooseberry. Your dad greets you cheerily. Have you come to see the harvest? Your mom and I are gathering crops from the actual Vertumden dirt this week. Yeah, that sounds neat. He shows you around the rows of corn and beans from the earth. They all look a little yellow and scraggly. Not what you'd expect, but your dad enthusiastically points out the vegetables ready to harvest. Don't forget, he tells you, the Vertumnilia Festival is coming up. There will be a talent show and a science fair. I'm sure you're eager to participate, Ragashi. Heck yeah, we're gonna be the strongest kid there. We're gonna show off our talent of shoveling dirt. Shoveling dirt will be our best talent. The greenhouses have different biomes inside. Growing plants from the earth. Oh, right. I keep trying to read that like it's new things. Ooh, it's a hot one. Shoveling under the punishing heat of the suns is sweaty work. You try to stay hydrated and take lots of breaks. But every day after work, you practically collapse in the showers and have to just wait for your strength to come back. Oh, look at our super strength. Yes. Let's go one. No, no. Let's go two, one, four, five. Ah, super strength. Let's go. We got 6 whole toughness from that. Let's go. Look at our toughness. We're so strong. And we got 6 kudos. It's time for Vertumnilia. Edducott and the council have called a festival to celebrate life here on the planet Vertumna. Everyone gathers in the colony square to hear Governor Edducott's speech. In Earth's history, Edducott begins, and then clears her throat and waits for everyone to quiet down. In Earth's history, Vertumna was known as the god of seasons, change, gardens, and fruit. It's no coincidence that our forebearers of the Vertumna project chose us to take on such an auspicious name, in the hopes of seeding future bountiful seasons of humanity. We will continue this tradition of Vertumnilia, a midsummer festival to celebrate our Vertumna, this lush planet upon which we find ourselves today. We could have totally yawned there, lol. Everyone cheers and applauds. The member of the council all get up on stage, one at a time, to give their own short speeches. Governor Edducott announces each one. Governor Edducott, command. Chief Administrator Seek, Security Chief Rhett. Rhett is an enemy's brother. I know that name. Chief Engineer Instance. Chief Cultivator Flulu. Chief Steward. These people got some names, I'll tell you that. When it's your mother... our mother's name is Flulu. She announces that tonight you'll be eating some of the very first crops grown on Vertumnan soil. Your eyes go to the feast table aboard the stratosphere. It would have been mostly soy-based food from the nanoprinters, spiced up with what precious fruits and vegetables could be grown in the small growing bays. This year, the earth plants look even less robust than usual, but they're supplemented by some of Vertumnan plants that you come to appreciate. Juicy potato pods and slabs of edible fungi. Edducott takes the stage after everyone on the council has said their piece. What's a festival without festivities? She asked. Professor Howell and Security Chief Rhett have organized a 3-part competition for the kids. Good luck, children. Bot wrestling. Let's go. I guess that's the only one we can do. We're gonna wrestle some robots. Let's go. A bot wrestling contest. This has been a classic competition for years on the ship. Someone has rigged up a hydraulic lifting bot to slowly stretch out, increasing in strength over time. The aim is to see how long you can hold it closed, using any part of your body before it pops open. An enemy and Cal are competing with you. Cal doesn't like that it's a competition, but he does love bot wrestling. Let's wrestle that bot. Oh, okay. Story challenge have 3 rounds instead of 1. After every round, you'll keep the cards you didn't play, and unlock an extra slot to play in them. Losing isn't always a bad thing in story challenges. Okay. So we only get 3 things. So we could go 0, 1, 2. That's not terrible. We only have 3 slots anyways, so that's our best bet. Oh, look at that. 1. Oh, no, we can't do that. Lame. I want our big reds. Is it better to get a straight? 1, 2... Oh, we don't even have a 3, so we wouldn't be able to get it straight anyways. 17 points from that. Yeah, okay. We could add 2 to a card. Tempting. Make one of these a 3. Get a straight. What's the last round? We gotta get to 16. 4, 1. Hmm, 2. Ooh, just barely. Let's go. Okay. What I know about an enemy is that she has a lot of brothers. That is a really big family. Yeah, it's calm. An enemy's brother calm is the judge and awards bonus points for technique as well as for brute strength. You sit on the hydraulic bot and use your weight at first, then switch to a bear hug when it starts to wobble and push you off the ground. You make a full 5 minutes of increasing difficulty before eventually the springs from your grasp and scuttles into a corner. Freed at last. What is that? Okay, that's cool. Alright. I like the art on that card. You just barely edge out an enemy. She offers you her hand, then pulls it back at the last second before running away. Ooh. Ooh, that's mean. What's the question mark? Gain status. Popular. Nice. We are the popular kid. We are the strong popular kid. After the festivities are over, everyone takes time off for a much needed break. During the fierce heat of dust, a few days' rest is exactly what you need. You feel refreshed. Bet. Speaking of feeling refreshed and taking a break, I am going to go ahead and take about a 3 to 5 minute break. I'm going to make sure I stay hydrated, make sure my throat doesn't go out from all of this talking I'm doing. All right, I will see you guys back in about 3 to 5 minutes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Still. And we are back. Alright, we are in the mid-dust season, which on the wheel, it seems like we are halfway through the year, or just a little under halfway through the year. I think if we once we finish the year, I think that's going to be my stopping point for the day. So, what are you doing, Cal? What's going on? You're looking for Cal in the garden when you nearly trip over someone else, one of the younger kids, and they're blindfolded. Hey! They exclaimed, ripping off the blindfold, throwing it to the ground. It's Cirrus, one of an enemy's brothers. He glares at you. I was almost done. Cal jogs over and grabs Cirrus in a friendly headlock, ruffling his messy red hair. Dude, you were so close. Cirrus stamps his feet and complains that you got in his way. It's not his fault. He didn't know you were playing a game. Give me a sec. I want to teach him how to play too. Cal turns to you as Cirrus leaves. Sorry, Ragashi, he says sheepishly. I was teaching Cirrus a new game, but he's more like an enemy than I thought. Real competitive, you know? He stoops to pick up the blindfold, brushing off the dirt. I've been trying to come up with new games. Come up with different kinds of games. I am so sorry. I am tongue-tied right now for some reason. I've been trying to come up with different kinds of games and others other than sports ball, he says. No winners or losers. I just want to have fun with my friends. Cal looks at you hopefully. Do you want to learn how to play? Let me check my schedule. Yes. Cal smiles like it's gonna stretch right off his face. Radical, he shouts, jumping up and down with excitement. Okay, so first, put on this blindfold. The blindfold is a little scratchy and smells like dirt. You can feel Cal's big hands on your shoulders. I'm gonna spin you around, and when I let go, you gotta listen to my instructions, okay? We're gonna walk all the way to the cafeteria, okay? You nod. You can't see Cal's grin, but you can hear it in his voice as he spins you around and counts to 10. 1, 2, 3. First, you gotta walk forward 10 steps. Do you follow Cal's instruction as best you can, or do you make things difficult for him? No, we're gonna do our best. We trust Cal. Cal seems pretty great. You take 10 steps straight forward, holding your hands out for balance. The rocky dirt between the garden's beds crunches under your feet. Yeah! Now, turn to your right and take 15 steps until you get to the door. We get it right. You turn to the right and walk forward, counting out 15 steps. When you stop, Cal laughs. You can hear his footsteps crunching behind you. I forgot how much bigger I am than you. You're like 2 more steps away. You take 2 more steps until the outstretched hands land on the warm metal of the door. Success! Awesome, Cal says. You can't help but smile. This is fun. Now, hit the door on the right, and then keep walking forward until I say stop. Go really slow, okay? Can you trust him? Alright, you open the door and start walking forward. The path slopes downward, and your feet slip a little bit. Even though you're moving as slowly as you can, real dirt is nothing like the metal floors of the stratospheric. It's turbo rocky here, Cal says, and you can feel uneasiness prickle up the back of your arms. Just keep going forward slowly. But I want to trust him. But we could... Okay, maybe we can't. Maybe our character just can't trust him yet. You try to do as you're told, but after a few steps, your foot knocks against a sprawling root, and you fall forward, catching yourself on your hands and knees. Ouch! You tear off the blindfold, and sudden rush of tears flooding your eyes. Cal's beside you in an instant, kneeling on the rocks. Are you okay? You look down at yourself. Your knees and hands are pretty scraped up, and your pride is bruised. But other than that, you're okay. Cal helps you stand. I'm sorry, Ragashi. I'll be a better helper next time. He asks if you want to get some potato juice at the cafeteria instead. You spend the rest of the afternoon brainstorming more games where there are no winners or losers. I like him. He's a cool kid. Are there any more logs? No? No logs? Alright. So we're actually really close to leveling up our toughness. I think that's what that means, the little hump in the bar. So, one more day of shoveling dirt, and then we'll get into the big brain biology store. Or, big brain biology school. You join Cal at a particularly fragrant pile of compost. He's trying to use. I love that wording, though. The particularly fragrant pile of compost. We know what that smells like. He's trying to use his hoverboard as a wheelbarrow, carefully pushing compost off it into the pile. Don't you just love this? Your hoverboard? Yeah, it's cool. Dirt? I guess it's okay. Wait, these stinky. What? These stinky rotten fruit scraps? No, no, he said. I mean, just this. He waves his arms, dirt encrusted up to his elbows, to take in the entire greenhouse. We get to help plant stuff and watch it grow. Even if we're just moving dirt around, we're still helping. Why do you like it so much? Well, he considers, I like digging holes in the dirt, because it's so full of surprises down there. I found a worm. Wait, let me see if I can find her again. He sticks his hand in the compost and rummages around, his tongue sticking out of his mouth. Oh man, this kid is focusing. I guess she got away, he says after a minute. She was real shiny, like a rainbow. Wait, I just thought of a thing I like better. He shows you his splayed hands. Getting dirt under my fingernails, he says. I don't know why, but it's the best. This kid is... I like this kid. Alright. We could go 3 ones. The 0 will give us a point for the red, and then stress cry. Oh, even better though. We move these down. Oh, wait. There we go. 11 points. 1 point better. Extra toughness. Oh, we almost made it. We gotta shovel dirt 1 more month. Apparently, shoveling dirt is a very stressful job. We're in late dust now. Alright. Anybody to talk to in late dust? No? Okay. Alright. 1 more month. We're gonna get that toughness. We're gonna be the strongest. Your mom sticks a shovel in the ground. Bugs, bacteria, fungi, disease. Your mom waves her arm at the distant jungle. And who knows what else could be out there, just waiting to infect our farms. You think your mom is strong, like physically, but sometimes she can be kind of a wimp. They're just bugs. Oh, honey, they are terrifying things. Bugs are not great. I don't like bugs. Ooh, that's a big number. Heck yeah. We get so many strong points from that. Let's go. Alright, what is the perk? Is it gonna tell us the perk? Yes! Toughness level 1. +1 to physical cards. Red cards get +1 in physical challenges. Oh. Alright, so that's cool. It's pouring rain, and everyone's trying to stay dry under the grass-roofed palibus. Everyone except Dis. Off in the distance, over at the wall near the sports ball field. He's definitely skulking. Well, I am not perceptive at all. I probably have to play sports ball to get perceptive. We should tell someone. You tell Security Chief Rhett that you saw Dis up to no good behind the garrison. He's too distracted trying to put buckets under various leaks of the roof to pay much attention. Thank you, Ragashi. I'll check it out later, he says, waving you off. There's a danger. If there's a danger to the colony, one of our lookouts will catch it. You're not so sure. You know Dis. He's very good at hiding when he doesn't want to be found. Am I right? This gives me perception. No, that's just bravery and toughness. I don't know where I get perception from. Tangent is watching a construction crew build scaffolding for the new engineering pavilion. They're using mushwood, which is so light that one person can easily lift a 10-meter long pole and stack it into place. She points towards them. Human beings are so great, don't you think? Before we landed, this was all just dirty jungle. Now it's a civilization. I've been learning about adaptability in writing and biology class. The book says that it's what sets us apart from animals. Like, we don't need fur because we can make warm clothes, and if it's too hot, we can make air conditioners instead. Also, we can sweat. Hey, she liked that. She probably likes. She's probably really into big brain people. Which honestly, with biology, I'm gonna need that for the hydroponics, anyways. I don't know. I like the idea of following our parents, and honestly, food seems important on a planet like this. Yes, also that. I read that not many animals sweat, except humans, and it makes us naturally good in hot places. It's like we're made to be explorers. I appreciate that, and trust me, I will definitely, if I need, I will definitely ask. Together, you watch as the foreman puts the blueprints for the scaffolding onto the floating screen of her holopalm, and raises it to the scaffolding to check their progress. I'd like to see an alien do that, Ting says primely. Humans look defenseless and weak, but we're the strongest species in the galaxy. Who else can literally bend reality to their will? Not a stupid alien, that's for sure. She puts one finger to her chin. I'm living proof that humanity is greater than our biology. All of us are, really, with our genetic enhancements. We're the next step in humanity's evolution from a great ape to galactic superspecies. What's your perk? What is your cool thing? Oh, do you think that? Oh, see, the idea of giving the log to the kid who really likes, dirt and nature, I think that would increase our relationship with him. But at the same time, adding +2 to a card is really big, I think. Hey, look, another log. You know what? We have 2 logs. You can have this. Hey, I found a log. Do you like logs? Neat. Oh, he does not like logs. All right. Well, I'm sorry. At least, you're happy that I gave you a log. I will refrain from giving that kid logs in the future. Cal, I'm sorry. A low throbbing noise comes from the engine room. Oh, I don't think I've actually read this one. A low throbbing noise comes from the engine room, which provides power to the colony. Other corridors lead off to the teaching labs and medbay. You know the route to your classroom as well, but the rest of this wing is off limits to children. Congruence, the ship's onboard AI, beams down at you from a nearby holoscreen. Don't forget to study hard, Ragashi. She's cool. I like that she has like cat ears. And I'm guessing like that so she's an AI. I like that. Alright, biology. What is this? Creativity and persuasion? Yeah, alright. Biology. For today's lesson, Professor Hal tells you we'll start with a fun group project. You'll be studying a mush tree, a prominent natural resource native to Vertumna. In the ideal conditions, it can grow at a speed of over a meter a day and have a diameter of up to 30 centimeters. He stands on his tiptoes and gestures to illustrate. Your team will experiment to find those ideal conditions. You team up with Tang and Cal and are given a mush tree spore and a bucket to grow it in. The rest is up to you. Tang looks up. Tang looks up Surveyor's notes on the holonet. Mush trees are most abundant south of the colony in the stormy, moist regions of the, I'm going to say, sebaceous swamp. What if we use water instead of soil, like they do with hydroponics? If they like wet weather, that might work. Rigashi, do you have any suggestions? Run an electric current through it. I mean, honestly, stormy. Probably wouldn't be a bright glow light. Seeing to it daily doesn't make sense. And lower the water's pH. All of the above. Let's do everything. That's actually a tempting thing. Do I get bonus points for doing everything? It's saying stormy region, so I'm guessing like lightning bolts are going to be a part of its growing process. What? How does that have to do with any base? I don't know, man. I'm, I'm learning biology here. I don't know all the answers. We're getting there, though. She looks to Cal for support, and he just shrugs, but he doesn't look convinced either. Neither understand why you'd want to why you'd want to electrocute a plant. You explain that there are that was my logic. You exclaim that there are storms in the slump, electrical storms, and maybe somehow that maybe Rigashi is right. It could make sense, and if it is true, we'd be the first ones to discover it. This is enough to entice Tang into most things. Haha. Big brain. You attach a small battery and run a weak current through your bucket of water and drop the spores in. The next morning, your spore is the only one already growing. Ha ha ha! By the end of the day, it's already half a meter tall. And the day after that, it's so huge it hits the ceiling and you have to move it outside. Look at that. Look at us being so smart. Your tree outpaces all the others by a long shot. At the end of the week, Tang proudly displays an edit to the surveyor's holonet notes. Shows rapid growth when stimulated with a mild electric current, as discovered by our junior botanists. Alright, bet. That was cool. I liked that. We'll switch the. Oh, wait, yes. We'll put this one over here. This one right here. This one right here. So we can get the ones all together. We'll put 5 at the beginning. Ah, not a super goal? Okay, fine. You worked well. We got 3 whole biology, and we got stressed out as heck. It's okay. School stressed me out too. Ooh. You're having a terrifying familiar dream. A monster crashing through the walls, unfathomably large, every part of it wriggling and moving and searching for something. It tramples through the colony as you watch helplessly. Time shifts to the wreckage of your home. You're picking through it, looking for something, tears streaking down your dust-covered face as you lift heavy pieces of debris, searching. You wake up shouting, "No!" But your voice is drowned out by a deafened rumble from the skies. The bedroom window is covered in water? It's pouring down from the clouds. You guess this must be rain, but you've never experienced it before. There's a bright flash from outside and another crack and rumble. Thunder. It must be a thunderstorm. Oh boy, time to grow mushwood, right? It's still early hours of the morning. You've already almost forgotten about your bad dream, but you're not too unsettled to go back to sleep yet. The rain beats down on the roof of your quarter. Joined now and then with great peals of thunder like footsteps of an angry beast. Hide under the covers till it's over, run outside and play in the rain. Let's go to our parents for comfort. Yay. Less stress. Your dad is awake too, watching the rain from the large porthole in the kitchen. He gives you a hug and you gaze out together. This is good. It means that we'll have plenty of water for the crops. Pure, healthy water. Just like on Earth. Everything's gonna be okay, my little potato. You hug your dad tight and you hope he's right. Haha, you also got electricity? I mean, I figured lightning storms, that made the most sense. All the other options seemed like they would work. I almost thought like lower the pH, but then, why would it talk like why would it specifically point out storms? All right. Hold this to your head now, my darling. You hear as you enter the garden looking for Cal. It will help with the swelling. Ooh, who is she? She looks cool. Cal is sitting with it. You know, you read the card, he explains the card. Cal is sitting with his mother, Auntie Tira, who kneels beside him holding an ice pack to his head. Cal's eyes are a little puffy. He rubs them and sniffs as you approach. Hello, Ragashi. Tira greets you with the kind smile. Don't worry. Recalcitrance just took... Oh, lol. Alright, so Cal just took a tumble off of something he shouldn't have been climbing. Mom, he complains, it wasn't that bad. Yeah, it sounds like something he'd do. Cal shrugs. I climbed it before and I was fine, he says, not disagreeing with you. It was slippery from the irrigation misters, that's all. Mom always knows how to make it better, he says with a boyish smile. Even if I'm old enough to take care of myself. My brave boy, Tira says, stroking his hair. Thanks for humoring me. He looks over to you. Don't let him show off for you, Ragashi. Ground-based feats of bravery only for the rest of the day. Cal whines and wrinkles his nose. Tira laughs and wraps him in a big, motherly hug, rocking him back and forth despite his protest. Cal's eyes close in happiness. He really loves his mom. Aww. Are there any more logs? Any logs or eggs? Ooh. Nope. Okay. Let's talk to our dad. You're looking a little worn out, my little firefly. Your dad greets you, looking concerned. You know, despite what your mom might say, there is such a thing as too much work. Maybe some R&R over in the lounge will help. Recharge those solar cells? What do you say? I just need a hug. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Oh, we got rebellion for that. Your dad laughs at your audacity, but then he sighs and shakes his head. The buzzberry did not fall far from the vine, he says. You and your mom are the same. Just promise me you'll take a break before it gets to that point, okay? Alright, more biology. Right, this is organization, right? Organization and perception. Oh, hey, we need perception. Maybe we'll do that for a little bit. And we need organization. We can always do biology later, right? Yeah, let's do that. Zeke sends you all around the colony delivering supplies. During your first week, it's mostly small things you can carry by hand or push on little carts. Stuff like tools and electronics. Some are pretty high priority, which means you have to move fast. It's fun getting to yell important delivery, important delivery, coming through, and people actually get out of your way. 0, 0, 1, 4, 5. Ah, yes, super goal. That means we get extra organizing. And 1 perception. Not a lot of perception, but it's something. Alright, we are in late wet. Anybody to talk to? Nope. Hello. You're new. Aha, I am tough enough. You step cautiously through the colony gates. Well, hey there, Ragashi. Uncle Tonin tries to muster his old smile. I'm afraid you better stick to sports ball for now, okay? It's a tough world outside these walls. I'm tough enough. Well, so you are, Uncle Ton replies, his voice heavy as he looks at you with pride. You're growing up, aren't you? He nods and pats you on the shoulder, and you know he's thinking of Tammy. Oh, I'm sorry. Listen, he tells you, I can see that you're a tough cookie, and I'd love to have you on my surveyor team in the future, but you'll have to wait a few more years first. Come see me when you're older, okay, kiddo? Dejected, you drag your feet as you walk through the gate's safety. Oh, what's that? Ah, it's Dis! He's hiding behind some bushes, so that's typical. He puts a finger to his lips and motions for you to follow him. Sure, you figure, why not? He leads you silently along the walls towards the garrison, then crouches down in the bushes between the sports ball field and the security pavilion to fiddle with something. Suddenly, he's gone. You check to make sure nobody else noticed, then scuttle over to where you last saw him. Behind some popflower bushes, there's a drainage pipe in the wall, big enough to crawl through. A heavy grate keeps animals out, but it's loose. You could slide it aside to get through. We could sneak out. If the adults won't let you visit the Valley of Vertigo or the subquacious swamps or the other cool places the surveyors get to go, well, you could sneak through here and explore just outside the colony walls. If Dis does it, how dangerous could it be? Well, Dis doesn't make the best decisions, if we're being honest. One perception and one bravery. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. So we could make our brain bigger, or well, yeah, our toughness is already at the first perk. I think. Nah, let's go see what this is. Let's be a rebel. Nobody look at me. I'm gonna sneak through the drain pipe. Okay. What's out there? Wait, no, I'm not done. Events in this area can be done in any order. They won't cause time to pass, but they will increase your stress. Oh, we're already pretty stressed out. So, return home via Expeditions Depot flag or the home button at the top left screen. Watch for collectible items you can bring back as gifts. Events respawn at the beginning of each year, and new collectibles have a chance to appear every season. No, we're gonna keep exploring for sure. Hello, Dis. You slipped through the drain pipe and out of the colony before anyone saw you. Anyone, that is, except for a dark form watching you from the trees nearby. Could that be? Is that Dis? He turns and disappears into the jungle. Now you're sure of it. It was definitely Dis. He's not allowed outside the colony either. Let's follow him. Oh. Well, I'm glad I didn't do that. That could have been real bad. You scamper after him through the bush, heedless of branches and brambles scraping your arms and legs. Without proper envirosuit, you get all scratched up. Ooh, what do we get? Ooh, perception. Let's go. The kid is fast. You quickly lose sight of Dis and can't find his trail again. But you do learn something by trying. How bad is our stress? We are already at 92 out of 100. We probably should have rested, but that's fine. Hello. What's the deal? Your way is blocked by a strange small... Oh my god. Are those ears or eyeballs? Small creature with 1 foot, 4 large... Those are eyes. 2 of which blink sideways on top of its head like frog eyes. This must be a Hopeye. You've heard people talk about them, but you've never seen one up close. It suddenly starts flailing around like there's something wrong with it. Even though it was fine a second ago, it keeps pausing to look at you, then goes back to flailing. As you get older, challenges have some conditions. This challenge suit, social, mental, or physical, determines what conditions can appear. and which deck will work best. Try and collect yellow cards if you want to win battles for social skills. Okay. So this is a physical. Oh, and because of our toughness, we get +1 to these red cards. So I can go 1, 1, 2. That's not a lot. But we do have the bot champion. 0, 1, 2, 2. And we only need 7, which we are basically super duper strong. We are so strong. Hey. And we didn't get stressed from that. That's good. You stop trying to get past it and just listen. Oh, you can hear a little squeaking noise from nearby. It's probably warning you away from its nest. You carefully avoid the nest while speaking in soothing tones. The agitated little guardian titters warnings at you, but eventually lets you by. You're too worn out and tired to continue, but you have to go home. Oh, no! But why? Darn it. Because of our stress, it was so big. Alright, next time if we sneak out, we gotta make sure we have no stress whatsoever. The days have been getting shorter, with only the yellow sun barely skimming the horizon. One morning, you wake in the darkness and have to check your holopalm to know what time it is. You see a holostream from Mars. Good morning to all my pals. If you can even call it morning. They've named it glow season because like everything is crazy glowing out there in the dark. I'm staying the heck inside for the next month. What's the point in even going out if you can't see anything? It's going to be a long, boring month. No way, it looks cool out there. Ooh. I like pretty. So sneaking out, so if we hit 100 stress, we have to rest, and it basically just cuts our adventuring short. You peek out the window. The wormhole is the biggest you've ever seen it, like a massive fiery ring in the sky. The planet must be very close to it now. And out in the jungle, something new is taking place. The plants are flowering, glowing, iridescent blooms, and everything is full of life. There are strange new sounds, long hooting calls, and gurgling roars. After Mars's message is a notice from the council, warning everyone to stay safe inside. Tammy's dad and the other surveyors have been called back and the gates closed for the month. There is a tension in the air, as if everyone is waiting for something. Alright, so the memory that we had at the beginning of this game was our character crashing through the upper floor into what was basically a fiery mess, and it was glow season, which makes me a little nervous. Did we fall through the ceiling as a small child and we just got to see it real quick? I don't think that's healthy for a small child to fall through the ceiling like that. Crystals. We definitely need some time off. You are very right. In fact, as long as there's nobody to talk to, that is exactly what we're doing. We can train together? Hell yeah! An enemy is running around the sports ball court, touching her hands to the ground. I didn't know I could just do things. Biology is our next highest, so maybe there's somebody we can get biology card off of? 18 counts. 19. And when she reaches 20, she collapses into the grass and checks her holopalm. I'm training! My big bro Calm says I have to get my legs climatized to the planet if I'm gonna be team captain like him. Well, do you want to train together? Ooh. That's a lot of points. I like that. Telling a violent tale. On your way to the sports ball pitch, Anemone shares a story about the time her brother Calm once spiked the ball so hard that he broke Utopia's nose. Utopia. Okay, another person. Um, Back when she used to play sports ball too. She describes it in a gory detail. Nice. You don't go easy on me, she exclaims. That's why we have med bays, right? Plus, I might get a cool scar. She thumbs a blue scaled scar on her jaw, right under her ear. She's a lizard. She has a scales. Alright, it is time to sleep. You nestle in the cushions, close your eyes, and listen to music. You have an archive of over 100 years of music to choose from. But still, you wonder what new songs they're writing these days. 10 million light years away from Earth, or away on Earth. The only new music you've heard is when the adults have to come up with new space shanty. It's nice, good music for her harmonizing with your friends as you work, but it's not really something you want in your ears all the time. Oh, we are definitely get rid of the zero card. Oh, that's a concerning sight. It's daytime when the emergency sirens start up. Well, what passes for a day, it's still nearly pitch black except for an eerie green twilight glow on the horizon. You look towards the gates. They're open. Wait, they shouldn't be open. Oh, but we just rested. Honey, no. Come on. Give me a break. The alert blares out of every speaker in the colony. It's the same one you use for hull breaches and fires. And in space, it meant you were supposed to go to the nearest emergency shaft and put on a spacesuit. On Vertumna, it means go to an assembly point and wait for instructions. Oh. We are not brave enough to help fight. Yep. So we will just, we're gonna hide. The closest assembly point to the children's is the children's creech. Um, but from the opposite direction, you hear shouting. No, no, we're gonna hide. We're gonna hide. And we find Dis and join him in hiding under the arts and crafts table. The lights are dim. You scared? He asks quietly. Nod silently. I thought I would be, but I'm not, he says. I'm not scared of this stuff like this. You can't help but glance at the holo projector on the wall, the one that electrocuted your classmate Tammy earlier this year. The glowing bear looms over the room and for a moment looks like a monster than a toy. You grew up here. It feels weird to be hiding here, like you're just little kids again. You're still a little kid. You're 10 years old. You hear more gunfire and yelling, but within half an hour, you play all. You hear. After half an hour, they play the all clear tone. Chief Surveyor Tonin comes in to let you know it's all safe. Now, as the lights come back on, you glance at the hologram teddy bear again. Tonin was Tammy's dad. How can he be sure it's safe? How can he be sure anything is safe? You're relieved when your parents arrive with ashen-faced Cal. They won't talk about what happened in geoponics. After two... That was scary. We got an Achivo. Looks like a very stressed out version of my character. After 2 weeks of darkness, with the blue sun barely skimming the horizon, it begins to move higher in the sky, and daytime returns. The council admits that they don't know how the gates were opened or how the creatures got in. Some of the attacking creatures were once thought to be docile. Others were species nobody had seen before. It was like something had driven them to assault the colony. At least nobody was killed. This time. That's ominous game. Oh hey. Childhood is fleeting. The game will end when you reach age 20. Is that a threat game? So you should focus on a few skills to improve and friends to spend time with. Use the skills and friends button at the top left of the screen to keep track of them. Good luck. Alright. Can I see? I guess I gotta move the mouse for this one. Alright. We gained a heart and a half with Cal. Half a heart with Tangent. Half a heart with Anemone. we got a little bit of friendship with all these guys. Dis probably didn't like us. That's okay. I'm sure he'll come around. We got a lot of toughness this year. Zero stress. I don't think zero stress is accurate there, game. Loyalty. All right. Well, I think this is a wonderful time to call it for the stream. With that said, super thankful for everybody who decided to tune in and stick around. Super helpful to I think it's pronounced Unti underscore him. Thank you for joining. I also saw that you followed, and I'm very appreciative of that. I'm currently working on a follower goal of 50 for the month. So far, I am up to 30. You would make 31, so thank you. Yeah, super excited about that. And also, thank you for all... I like that. Thank you. But yeah, also, thank you for all the cool tips and honestly keeping me company as I go through this game. I have it on the schedule to come back tomorrow at the same time, 2 o'clock, so that is the plan. Again, I am still kind of recovering from, as you probably kind of hear it, my illness. Just like, sinus and stuff like that. But I should be all good tomorrow, so 2 o'clock, I plan on coming back to this game. We'll knock out another year. And from what I hear, this game doesn't end even though it hits, like, year 20. Like, you can replay this a bunch of times, and it kind of, like, plays off of the past ones. So, I'm excited to play this game for a while. So, thanks for hanging out, and, yeah. Alrighty. Well, you all have a wonderful rest of your day. See you tomorrow.